Hello, this is Gail Fry, and this is Module 1 EDL 853. I am currently a third grade teacher at Isley Elementary in Wichita, Kansas. I've taught both first and third grade for the past 10 years. Prior to becoming a teacher, I was a social worker for over 18 years. I worked at SRS, which is now DCF. I worked at Charter Hospital. I worked for Sedgwick County Mental Health, which is now ComCare. And I also worked for Kansas Children's Service League as an adoption social worker. And then I did some contract work after I stopped working full-time as a social worker and did adoption home studies. I wanted to show you my family. This is my two boys and my husband. I've been married for 24 years to James, and we have two boys. Tanner's 21 and graduated from Friends University with a degree in zoo science in December, and then moved away from us for the first time with his girlfriend to St. Louis. He works at the St. Louis Aquarium and is getting ready to come home for the first time next week. He hasn't been home in 7 months. So I've seen him. I've gone down and seen him at least 5 or 6 times, but he's getting ready to come down this time, which will be really nice to see him. Super excited about that. And then my youngest is 19, Colby, and still deciding what he wants to do in life. He does work at Integra Technologies. Great job. I don't know a whole lot about it. I think they work with microchips or something like that. But he seems to like it. So it's a good job for him. I hope someday that he goes to college. And then I have my two fur babies. Finn's my little black dog. He's a pit and lab mix. And then he's almost 11. And then Casey is 12. And he's my little blondie here. They are both rescues from the Kansas Humane Society. And then I have a picture of myself here running in an ultra marathon from last summer, which I did in order to celebrate my 50th birthday. Now, I will tell you, I'm not bragging, but I'm not fast by any means. But I put it on there because it's a huge part of my life. It is a hobby for me. It is therapy for me. Releasing those endorphins and relieving that stress and getting rid of all that extra energy is great for me. So anyways, it's a huge part of my life and I wanted to include that. All right, let's move on here. Let me show you my transition slide. Let me get back here. So this is my transition slide, creating an inclusive culture. So we can talk about creating an inclusive culture. So maintaining an inclusive culture as a principal. So as a principal of a school that already has an inclusive culture, I will need to be able to maintain this culture in order for it to continue. I need to be open to creativity and diversity and have a staff that is open to it as well. As a leader in my school, I will need to make sure that language is used that includes everyone. Make sure that talking about certain groups of people in a derogatory way is unacceptable, and make sure that our school has diverse literature, uses words such as respect, acceptance, and honesty. Allow my staff to have access to literature that focuses on respectful classroom and school cultures. Make sure that inclusivity is a topic discussed at staff meetings, and collaborate and discuss ways to continue to make the school culture inclusive. What if the school does not already have an inclusive culture? Well, there are 7 ways as a leader that I could help make that happen. One of them is to create academic support, such as tutoring, pacing that is flexible, and help with reading. Number 2 is to make sure that my teachers are prepared, training provided for them, a curriculum that addresses race and privilege and global issues and oppression, integrate student bodies, suggest redistricting if the school is not already diverse, adjust ranking calculations, so taking into account student diversity and intercultural differences, create a respectful school environment, hire staff of diversity, and create a space for discussion. Students should be able to openly discuss thoughts and feelings. How to encourage advocacy. As a school leader, I'd want to be an advocate for my students as well as my staff. If as a leader I am promoting this, then I can see my staff and students also wanting to do this. So taking a community approach and having it start with me is my first step to encouraging advocacy. Some strategies that I would want my staff as well as myself to implement would be Take value in what each student brings, establish a classroom environment of respect, make a plan that everyone should participate as well as achieve, and once again, take the community approach in which everyone should be involved. Strategies for equitable treatment of student and staff. In life, no one wants to be excluded. We all know what that feeling is, and it's not a good feeling. So in inclusive education, we want to embrace everyone, students and staff. As a leader, I want to make a commitment to provide students and staff the right to belong, and this requires students and staff understanding, and as a leader, saying that this is a safe environment, and then providing that. Being together and learning together benefits everyone. Changing negative assumptions about teaching and learning in inclusive environments. By allowing the community and stakeholders to help with the school activities, being able to visit, and by collaborating to find solutions using different cultures to support achievement, changing negative assumptions is possible. Being an inclusive culture that is open to others seeing how positive this can be allows others to not assume, but to witness for themselves. Thank you. That's the end of my presentation.